Yo guys, welcome back to Cryptoria. Today I'm going to be covering Startup Boost, but before I do, I'd appreciate if you like, subscribe and turn on bell notifications so you know when I upload. And with that being said, let's get into this video. So guys, what is Startup Boost? The clue being in the name, they essentially help startup businesses grow and revolutionize the way they can keep up with their current economic needs. So jumping straight into it, as you guys can see, join our startup ecosystem today. Startup Boost token is a deflation token used to power our startup ecosystem. So go ahead and check out the Reddit, Telegram and the chart as well. I will be going over the chart later on today. So as you guys can see, the startup ecosystem meets DeFi. So these are the current apps that they got at the moment. So they got the marketplace where you can purchase lifetime / heavily discounted software product to grow your business or startup. The community app, earn SUBX by being active in our startup community and contributing to discussions on entrepreneurship and investments, and the learning app. So hold a minimum amount of SUBX token for access to our online learning and teaching platform. So as you guys can see, they got these applications which will help your startup business get the roll balling. So just going over it, as you guys can see, use SUBX to interact with our app ecosystem. So you use the Startup Boost token to interact with our startup ecosystem, where we develop applications to help business scale and grow. Interact with our marketplace to obtain lifetime / heavily discounted softwares products developed by our startup partners. So guys, I will show you this later as well, and you guys can check here as well. So 1% transaction will fund the venture capital fund. The community will vote for impactful startups to get funded in exchange for them promoting and coming on board to our ecosystem. So go and check that out as well. As you guys can see here, the holders benefits, so the ecosystem access, where you can access our app ecosystem, where you can learn new skills, sell products, network and more. The voting rights, where you have the power to decide which impactful startup you want to fund for the future of our society, and profiting from holding as well. We reward holders with 3% transaction tax, which puts SUBX directly into your wallet every time the transaction is made. So this is buy or sell. So guys, going over the tokenomics, guys, as you guys see, the pre-launch is already done. So 8% of the total supply is reserved to kickstart the venture capital fund. 92% of the total is utilized for pre-sale and pancake swap listing. In launch, the 8% transaction on all transaction, 1% is tax added to venture capital fund, 3% of tax is distributed to all holders, 4% of the tax is added to liquidity pool. So guys, check that out as well. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to quickly jump over to the white paper. So I just jumped over to the white paper. I'm just going to be reading out sort of the important bits that I highlighted in this white paper, but go ahead and read what they have to offer. So jumping over to point 2, so as you guys can see, what are we doing? Many startup frameworks are practiced worldwide that can guide a startup from an idea to becoming a shiny unicorn. These frameworks often share a similar backbone that can be simplified into 5 stages. However, without experience of funding, many startups fail to transition to the next stage and close down, which is very true. If you guys are aware of all these businesses, these startups, they do have a rush, and then just like the market, they do have like a massive rush and then do tend to flop as well. So just going over the 5 stages, you guys can see: education, product development, feedback cycle, sales and growth, and scaling to the moon. I like how they did that as well in terms of the business as well. You want your business to do well. So just going over the tokenomics, as you guys can see, the SUBX token is a deflation token that rewards users from holding the token. Like most tokens, we do this via reflection rewards, automatic liquidity and pool acquisition and manual burn. So the reflection rewards, a portion of every transaction will be proportionally redistributed to all SUBX holders. This incentivizes holders to hang on to their token as well as getting token rewards as well. Automatic liquidity pool acquisition, the contract absorbs some tokens per transaction and adds them to the liquidity pool to create a solid price floor. This feature acts as an arbitrage resistance mechanism to prevent bot trading and price manipulation. This is very good. As you guys know, if a lot of these startups, they have this sort of bots where they buy into it and then it causes the price to surge, and you won't be aware of it, and you'll be buying at such a high price. So it's important that they highlight this as well. Manual burns, SUBX implements a manual burn strategy that is beneficial and rewards holders in the long term. So that's good as well. Ecosystem architecture, the SUBX, the ecosystem designed in a way to encourage holding of the token. So as you guys know, they did mention if you hold tokens, you will earn tokens as well. So it's good that they have this architecture in place. Venture capital fund, a small portion of all transactions will be channeled into the venture capital fund. Half of this fund will be used for development, marketing and operations of the entire SUBX ecosystem. The remainder will be reserved for capital for funding, impact and starter voting by community. So this is sort of the stuff that is in the marketplace as well, which I'll mention later on. So as you guys can see, the total supply is 100 million. The reflection reward is 3% fee. Automatic LP acquisition 4% fee, and the venture capital fund 1%. On this ecosystem section, as you guys can see, I already mentioned it before, but as you guys can see, to start up the ecosystem, we're developing 4 initial applications based on the best existing solutions currently in the market. More applications will be developed in the future to further support the SUBX ecosystem. So as you guys can see, they've got the market app, as I mentioned, the community app, and the learning app, and the career app. So I'll just quickly go over it. So the market app, the overview is the market app is the multi-vendor e-commerce store where approved startup partners can list their software products for sale. So this is one thing as well. So it's pretty good that they're getting sort of other stuff involved, not just NFTs and stuff. So NFTs become too common right now. So they have this as well, which is very unique as well. So go ahead, check that out. The community app. So the community app is a forum application where users of the SUBX ecosystem can discuss topics, ask for feedback, network and connect with others. So that's good as well. The other one being a learning app. So this is for Q3 2021. So just be aware of that. So don't think that it's already there. So the learning app is a learning management system where we provide quality education for startup and learn new digital skills. Such skills include digital marketing, programming, project management and much more. So that's another good thing as well. And finally, the career app. The career app is a normal job portal application where startups can find great talents to join impactful startups. So guys, think about this. It's just huge. This is very unique as well, especially like this. When have you ever seen something like this in such a crypto space as well? It's so unique in terms of not just standard NFT, but they're actually trying to sell you the artwork and stuff. This is where you guys can actually get useful stuff for your business. So guys, just think about that as well, but make sure you guys check out more of the description as well. I'm not going to go too in depth with it, but it's good that you read that out. So I just jumped over to marketplace. As you guys know, this is one of the things that is on the ecosystem that I did mention before, so go ahead and check this out as well. So as you guys can see, marketplace means DeFi, deal sourced from our community and partners. So they got a bunch of featured products that you guys can download and just play around with, especially when you're a startup business. These guys will help. So as you guys can see, something like web starters. So this is probably what will help in terms of building your business, in terms of building a sort of a website. And another one, for example, at my site. So this, as you can see, it says mobile app builder. So you can dig into which applications you actually need and it will help. So go ahead and check this out. Jumping over onto Twitter, as you guys can see, they've recently been listed on CoinGecko, which is a big step up as well. Just gives more of a confidence to current holders and holders that will be coming into the circulation, just to know that they are on CoinGecko, a big platform as well. So as you guys can see, SUBX is officially listed on CoinGecko, and that will be the first of many milestones to come. So think about the other opportunity they have, like CoinMarketCap and so on. So as you guys can see, they got a current market cap of 3 million and over 6,000 holders. So just think about the long-term projection when they get a 10 million market cap, 15 million and so on, and then when they get 10,000 holders and so on. So just little thoughts. Over to the 4-hour chart. As you guys know, this is a fairly new project. It only started a couple of days ago, actually 3 days ago is when it started. So there's no point actually looking into like a daily time frame or monthly time frame because there won't be that much data on there. So just jumped over to the 4-hour, which is actually more of a stronger indication which to look for. So as you guys can see, it did have that massive rush all the way up to around here, and then it did jump all the way back down, did dip, and I guess you guys can see it did create a little resistance level here. It did break it, but now it has been trapped. So as you guys can see, I did put this trend line here. So I do believe a potential third touch of this trend line will happen, and what that would do after that would either just sort of consolidate here for a bit and then go straight back up to where the all-time high was, or it will just might slightly dip below and then go straight back up. So this is why I think, guys, I do believe we'll go back to this sort of region where the near the all-time high was, back to this resistance level, and then past this minor resistance level as well. So let's see what happens, guys. So this is why I think as well. Just let me know what you guys think below as well, and then what I'll do, guys, I'll catch you in tomorrow's video.